Do you trade how much do you want to move guys and disrupt what you're building?
I'm
too,
with
though?
you.
That's the other question.
I'm with you.
This is something that's real. These guys are 10-6
That's
in their
right.
last 16. We're talking about getting better every day. That's the mantra. How much do you really want to move? Because to me, and we're just speaking hypothetically. I hadn't talked to anybody
You think
specifically
it's
about
not
this.
an active trade deadline?
No. But here's the thing to me. If you're motivated to say, you know what, let's just maximize what we can get back in return on some of our veterans. The first guy I think I can probably move and get a return on is Jonas. But if you move Jonas, whose number is cheap as it is for what he's producing, and it de-escalates as you move forward. So his number comes down to give you more flexibility. Boston needs a center. Philly just lost Embiid for a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? You got teams out west that can use another big too. So if you're the Grizzlies and you're really motivated to say, you know what, how can we maximize our return and get a first and get some other flexibility, Jonas is the one that might be out there. But Jonas is so valuable on this team, man, for what I think Jaren blossomed this past month because he knew he had the reliability of Jonas there to play off of too. So that's the other thing, man. Like, you know, these guys you're going to need at some point. Crowder saved that game against the Clippers. Like, that was a Crowder game.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, the other night in the game, the game
against Minnesota. Yeah.
He leads the team in rebounding.
He leads the team in rebounding, and he changed the dynamic in that second half when they came out right off the bat. I mean, those are valuable things if you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
He raises the collective level.
But you're saying value in terms of trade or value in terms of continuing the development of these guys.
Which is
greater. It can go either way.
I know.
And that's what makes it intriguing, man.
Because if you trade him for a protected pick and you know, maybe a young guy that, you know, right? Like I heard I heard Hollinger mention, you know, the kind of like the Boston, like a pick, because they've got their other picks, like so the pick and then like a Carson Edwards, this kind of thing, right? They've got a bunch of these young guys on the team, so you like a flyer on something like that.
Right.
And that could actually be great for you going forward and how your team building. On the other hand, it does not make you better now. We know that. And so that's what I'm saying. I don't expect them to go and say, let's go get a lot better now and take a run at this.
Oh, yeah,
On the other hand, there is a danger in actively becoming worse.
I agree with that too.
Right.
I agree with that too.
You're in a dicey position because it's a lot easier if you're 12th. It just is.
Well, technically,
it is.
You know what's crazy is that as
when you're
of today,
a game out of the 8th seed, it ain't easy.
And you know what? As of today, 7 teams are bunched up within 3 or 4 games of each other. So from 8 all the way down to 14 is only separated by 4 games. 8 to 14.
I know.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And you were expected to be 15.
Who, the Grizzlies?
Yes. Expected to be 15. I think they had the lowest win total.
I mean, 14 to 15 is where I expect.
But I think they had the lowest win total in the conference, right?
I think so, because I took
Probably.
the over.
Yeah.
You did?
Yes.
It was like 20. It was like
show.
26.
Oh, okay.
On our show did we?
Over
On
under
our show we did. You know what I mean?
He doesn't bet.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
bet.
Over under
I'm very bad at
26,
this.
26 and a
I
half.
said you what?
No, yeah, we did a show.
Yeah, but I think they had the lowest number in the Western Conference.
Yeah, it was like 23,
and that's
24.
what I'm saying.
No, it was 20. It was like 26.
If that's
26?
But if that's what they are, this game tonight, if they win it, they're in the 8th seed.
Yep.
You
they're right
then
there.
look
They're right
at
there.
how you. I would think
They're right there.
you sit there and go, well, geez, man.
And they got a bunch of
Like, this is a good deal for future assets, but like you got a whole locker room that's going to be like,
well,
what the hell? We had a
here's the
chance
other
to make
thing
the
too. Here's the other
playoffs.
thing too. You can't really like this AFC push. It sounds cute. It's cool. It makes for good media talk. But the bottom line is that this team is 16 and 22. They're not 22 and 16.
I'm with you.
And the other thing too, New Orleans is starting to get like New Orleans won 7 out of 10.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Another team, Portland is on the come. I think Portland is on the come, and then San Antonio
And
was
then
the
you'd
other
be
team.
counting on San Antonio. I get it.
Right. So
You're probably
the
not
reality,
making the playoffs.
Right,
I'm saying
right.
for that lock, I guarantee you go ask that locker room, they'll think they are.
But if you're in that situation, here's
know.
the thing though. If you're in that situation and you're 30 and 52 or whatever, your pick goes to Boston. So your chance to get an asset right now would be at the trade deadline. You see what I'm saying? So if you're going to end up being better and falling out of that top 6, then you might be more willing and motivated to go make a deal. So that's the other thing.
Worse.
To get right. To get an asset. To get an asset.
That's what I'm
To
saying.
get an asset. But
People
who do
don't
you
like
want?
that.
Like these guys generally like each other, man. Like I'm on the buses, I'm on the in the locker rooms. I see these guys every day, and they hold each other accountable. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody goes out to dinner and all that, but there are times when, like, for instance, Jay Crowder would just rip right into Dylan and say, man, look, get your S together. And you know how, motivated and how high-wired Dylan is. Like, he'll take it. You know what I'm saying? And he knows it's coming from